Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope everybody is well. Got something that I want to share with you, but before I share it, I need to share Zephaniah 3 with you. And I'm using the Names of God Bible because I just feel like it's important to use the proper names at this time spiritually. So to me, it just has more power. So anyway, I'm going to read this with you before I share this story that I got from Only Pamela's Way. So shout out to her for always sending me good stuff. So let me read this to you because it's going to tie in. The very end of this ties into the next story. And then I'm going to share my thoughts. Jerusalem will be destroyed. And if you look at what's going on over in the Middle East, that place that's called the Middle East, and you see what is happening, a lot of prophetic things are taking place. It's a lot of deception as well, but there's a lot of things prophetically taking place. So some of this stuff is physical signs, but a lot of it is spiritual. So you put your spiritual eyes and hats on. How horrible it would be for that rebellious and corrupt place, the city of violence. It obeys no one. It does not accept correction. It does not trust Yahweh. It does not draw close to its Elohim. Its officials are like roaring lions. Its judges are like wolves in the evening. They leave nothing to gnaw on for the morning. Its prophets are reckless and unfaithful. Its priests contaminate what is holy. They violate the teachings. The righteous Yahweh is in that city. He does no wrong. He brings his judgment to light every morning. He does not fail. But those who are perverted are shameless. I will cut off the nations. Their towers will be destroyed. I will demolish their streets. No one will walk through them. Their cities will be completely destroyed. Not a single person will be left. No one will be living there. I said to my people, you will fear me. You will accept correction. Then their homeland would not be wiped out, even though I have punished them. Still, they continued to be corrupt in everything they did. Yahweh declares, just wait. That's how you know God got that. We got to be just like him, because who else gonna say just wait? That's stuff that we say. Just wait. One day I will stand up as a witness. I have decided to gather nations, to bring kingdoms together, and to pour my rage, my burning anger on them. The whole land will be consumed by my fiery fury. Israel will turn away from sin. This is spiritual Israel. Then I will give all people pure lips to worship Yahweh and to serve him with one purpose. It means you ain't gonna be doing everything you want to do. It's not gonna be, oh, God love everybody. Oh no, because that's not what he said. He don't love everybody. If he did, the word enemy wouldn't even be in the Bible, wouldn't be in the Apocrypha, would not be in his word. So he does not love everybody. From beyond the rivers of the Sudan, my worshipers, my scattered people will bring my offering. He didn't say everybody. He said his scattered people. Ain't but one people he talking about in this book. And there's only one people who are scattered, who can't get back home. And the whole world knows who those people are. On that day, you will no longer be ashamed of all your rebellious acts against me. Then I will remove your arrogance, and never again will you act proud on my holy mountain. So with you, I will leave a faithful few, a humble and poor people. They will seek refuge in the name of Yahweh. That the faithful few in Israel will not do wrong tell lies, or use their tongues to deceive others. They will graze their sheep and lie down, and there will be no one to terrify them. Israel's joyful song. Sing happily, people of Zion. Shout loudly, Israel. Celebrate and rejoice with all your heart, people of Jerusalem. Yahweh has reversed the judgments against you. He has forced out your enemies. The Melech of Israel, Yahweh, is with you. You will never fear disaster again. On that day, Jerusalem will be told, do not be afraid, Zion. Do not lose courage. Yahweh, your Elohim, not everybody's Elohim, your Elohim is with you. He is a hero who saves. He happily rejoices over you, renews you with his love, and celebrates over you with shouts of joy. Israel will return home. I will gather those among you who are troubled because of the festivals. They bear a burden of disgrace. At that time, I will deal with all those who have overpowered you. I will rescue those who are lame. I will gather those who have been scattered. I will make them praised and famous in all the world, though they have been ashamed. At that time, I will bring you home. Yes, at that time, I will gather you together. It didn't say, and he ain't talking to everybody. He's talking to Israel. It says Israel will return home. Israel is a people. Those people are still here. Those people are hidden. They're scattered. So all this deception that's going on, like, it's intentional. And so that's what we really have to understand. But it's also ignoring us is intentional. So we have to grow thick skin and understand all the flim flams and scams that are going on right now. It's all designed to keep us hidden and scattered. So it says, at that time, I will bring you home. Yes, at that time, I will gather you together. I will make you famous and praised among all the people of the earth. And this is the line that I want y'all to focus on. When I restore your fortunes right before your eyes, says Yahweh. He is going to restore our fortunes. So I'm going to roll now into this story that Only Pamela's Way shared with me. And it's about the UN calling for slavery reparations. Now, this story came out a week ago, but y'all going to see something. You're going to see something. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for slavery reparations over the transatlantic slave trade, which deprived enslaved people of education, health care, opportunity, and prosperity. We call for reparatory justice frameworks to help overcome generations of exclusion and discrimination, Guterres said Monday, which marked the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the transatlantic slave trade. We appeal for the space and necessary conditions for healing, repair, and justice, he said. Now listen. More than 12.5 million Africans were forcibly transported by European merchants on their ships and sold into slavery. Some merchants profited off enslaved people's labor. Those who survived trips were put on plantations in Brazil and the Caribbean. They are erasing us from history. And they are trying to erase us. Why? Because they are trying to erase us physically. They have no intentions of paying us. They have no intentions of getting rid of us and sending us back to Africa or wherever, any place. They're going to get rid of us. That's their goal. So this is why y'all need to be praying and crying out. And I want y'all to understand, they don't have any intentions of giving us reparations because they don't have any intentions of us ever being here. This is why we have got to really stand on the word of the Most High. You see in the word, it says we are going to be restored. Israel is going to be restored. We are Israel too, but we special. We them chosen people, and they know who we are. So there's a reason for this. I just want to show it to y'all, to see how you're constantly being excluded, but your exclusion is intentional. This is why the day of Yah is coming. He is coming to deliver us. He's coming to avenge us. He's coming to rescue us. He's coming to give us back our stuff they stole from us. He is coming to set his order right and make sure that everybody knows who we are. It's coming, but we got to make it past the sword. Some of us are not going to make it past the sword, but just know you're going to be called first if you don't make it past the sword. So it's almost an honor, unfortunately, to be out of here first. But I just want to share with y'all this story because it's really important so that y'all can see. These people have they're saying the quiet part out loud. You're not going to be here. You seen how the Khazars, I showed y'all that video a couple of months ago where they were having this meeting in Atlanta. They basically were talking about how we are a problem. We the problem. Over there in Israel, they're talking about, African Americans, Black people are not going to be a part of this new kingdom, this new world order. Now you see this, they paying reparations to descendants of slavery in the Caribbean and Brazil. Although Brazil does have the largest population of descendants of chattel slavery in the Western Hemisphere. We are scattered everywhere. So why cherry pick those people over here in the Western Hemisphere? Why you didn't talk about the people in Europe? Why you didn't talk about people in other places on the continent of Africa? In countries there that they just wiped off the face of the whole tribes of people, gone. Nothing. Just certain groups of people they are tending to, but they intentionally and loudly excluded Judah. This laid the foundations for a violent discrimination system based on white supremacy that still echoes today, Gutierrez said. Descendants of enslaved Africans and people of African descent are still fighting for equal rights and freedoms around the world. A UN report issued last year said countries could consider financial reparations for the enslavement of people of African descent, but it recognized the process of making legal claims and identifying victims and perpetrators is complex. It's complex, but it's not impossible. They just don't want to do it. So it says, under international human rights laws, compensation for any economically accessible damage is appropriate and proportional to the gravity of the violation and circumstances of each case may also constitute a form of reparations, according to the report released in September. In the context of historical wrongs and harms suffered as a result of colonialism and enslavement, the assessment of the economic damage can be extremely difficult owing to the length of time passed and the difficulty of identifying the perpetrators and victims, the report said. They don't have no difficulty. They telling us it's difficult. They know who did what. Everybody knows their lineage except for one group of people. So it's not difficult. They got records. They are just hidden. They know who did what. They just don't, they want us to think that they don't know. But you know who ain't sleep? The Most High. You know who knows everything? Our Father, Yahweh, our Elohim, Abba, whatever you want to call him. He knows. And that's why he coming back here to do his work. The day of the Lord is going to be something terrible. And this is why. Hillary Beckles, the chair of the Caribbean Community CARICOM Reparations Commission, echoed Gutierrez's remarks, plural. This quote, it says, "This is the movement that will signal finally the collective victory of humanity of good over evil," Beckles said, according to Reuters. The CARICOM Reparations Commission was created to pursue reparations from former colonial powers like Portugal, France, and Great Britain. Now, I find it interesting that after we've been complaining about reparations, we've been fighting for reparations for a long time, these new groups can pop up and get it. There's a reason why they can get it too, because they're raccoons. They will come over here and they will stand against us. The divide and conquer strategy works with them. It don't work with us. It's working with us now because we basically have to fortify ourselves against all these other groups, even our own people, because the Gentiles control everything. And so because they control the resources and the communications and they control, everything, they can influence how people behave. And they have influenced people to hate us. They have influenced people to be against their own people. That's something that we did not do. We didn't have that heart. We didn't have that energy. We had, I grew up thinking that all Black people was our people. I didn't know we wasn't alike until a couple years ago, or I say when I moved to Florida. When I moved to Florida, they learned me quick. Oh, we ain't all alike, and they don't all like us. They'll flim flam us and mistreat us and won't think nothing about it. So as far as Caribbean and Latin, Afro Latinos, they think they're white. They don't think they're Black. They don't think they're African. They embrace they are not all, many. They embrace their culture and their roots, and they know more about themselves than we do. But when it comes to being loyal and true and fighting the system, they will sell out. They'll sell their people out. They'll jump ship and come over here and join Babylon and oppress us and consider themselves better than us. And that's because Babylon has taught them to do that. So in one instance, you like discussed it because it's like, how y'all do this to us? We should all be on one accord fighting. But then you just understand how the adversary works, and you just like, you got to chalk it up to, this is who they are, this is how they do, this is nothing new, and we're gonna see this until the very end. So I just want to share this story with y'all because I want you to see how they are intentionally skipping over us. They've excluded us. They're not even mentioning us. Why is that? Why? Why they don't want us to come up? Everybody else to come up. You know why? The other thing you have to understand is they know that these other Israelite groups are going to work for the Gentiles. They will work and do, they are the buffer class, the oppressor class. They will work with them to help keep us down. Whereas we don't do that. We would not do that. We see other people as our brother. Well, we used to. I can't say that now. But we used to see these other groups as our brothers and sisters. But now you gotta look at everybody for what it is. It's like, good gosh, like, are we this divided? So you gotta keep, a kingdom mindset, but you also we gotta also see that there are a lot of raccoons among us. And those people are going to do whatever they can to continue to divide and conquer strategy that the adversary has always used against us to keep us divided and not crying out in unison to our Father. So y'all ain't getting no reparations, Judah. You're out. We're all out of the pot of money. But guess what? Zephaniah 3:20 said, we're going to be restored. Our fortunes are going to be restored right before our eyes. Our Father said that. So I'm going to stand on that word. I'm going to stand on that business. And I'm not going to be discouraged about what anybody else is getting. I don't care what they doing, because guess what? When the Most High comes through here and raises up his people and collects us and dusts us off and clean us up and shine us up like new money and take all the stuff from the world and give it to us and make us, set us in the positions that he promised, so that we can rule over everyone with our King David, our Messiah. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be supernatural. It is going to be something, a sight to behold. So we cannot be discouraged. But you also got to see the signs. You got to know, baby, y'all special. We special. We so special they got to treat us wrong. We so special they hate us for no reason, except for that we special. We're chosen. We are the apple of our Father's eye. We the favorite children. And they hate us because they ain't us. So, with that said, I'm doing my 2-step this morning. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine, because the more they exclude us, the more they try to take us out, the more they try to turn other groups against us, the more I know that this word is real. And the more I know that we have coming to us. We know that we know that we know who we are. And so y'all marinate in that this morning. Y'all the people. We are the people. We are hated for a reason. And we are treated like trash and disgraced. But our comeuppance is coming. So y'all stand firm. Keep the faith. Don't have no fear. Obey those laws, statutes, and commandments. Love y'all brother. Some of y'all we got to love them from a distance, because they're trying to kill us and take from us. But guess what? We're going to be restored. All our fortunes going to be restored right before our eyes. So keep on working, keep on believing, keep on loving, keep having faith, keep your high spirits and your high energy. Stay on that different frequency. Don't look at what they do. Don't listen to what they say. You stand on the word of the Most High, because he is the one that's going to deliver us from all this wickedness and evil. And he's the only one who is going to restore us. Nothing that we're going to be able to do will ever make the adversary like us, believe in us, treat us better. It's just not going to do it, especially not here towards the end. So get right, family. Destruction is coming, but so is our restoration. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload new content. Follow me on Odyssey, Rumble, Instagram, and on Facebook. The links are in the description. Any event that I get booted from this channel, which is likely soon, I will try to talk to y'all on other platforms. So if you follow me there, when I pop up, you'll know why I'm there. I don't use those platforms for that very reason. I just use them as a backup. Because people in the past have lost their channels, been locked out of their channels, and they lost their content. So I try to have stuff backed up in other places. And all of the content that is on this channel, like 600 videos, are also on those other channels as well. If you'd like to support the channel, my Venmo and my coffee links are at the very bottom of the description. This is a labor of love, and I do it for free. I don't have any sponsors, and this channel is not monetized. So if you'd like to support the channel, if you like the content that is here, consider giving me a donation, a love offering. Lastly, Keep prepping because destruction is coming. Keep praying because that's the only thing that's going to save us and bring us peace. Um, Obey those laws, statutes, and commandments because this is practice for the kingdom. And also, it's obedience. The Most High told us to be obedient. That's the one thing He hates about us and why we stay in trouble. So we got to learn to be obedient. So let us be obedient. Keep those laws, statutes, and commandments, and keep the Sabbath. Learn the law, statutes, and commandments, and show yourself worthy by studying and understanding the word. Getting wisdom is really important in this hour, and we really don't have much time. I've been seeing a lot of stories about the Bibles changing and they're redoing the Bible. So again, I recommend going to thrift stores and getting some old Bibles and putting them away so that when the day comes and the changes have come, then you will have your old trustees that we've been blessed with for some time. And love your brothers and sisters, even though they're crazy. A lot of them crazy, but love them anyway. The time is coming where a lot of our people are not going to be able to be trusted. So get used to it and just be prepared to walk solo. I just feel like this time is a time of preparation. So let us continue to prepare our spirits, hearts, minds, bodies, and souls for what's coming because they know something is coming. We know something is coming. And we know that they're going to be throwing everything in the kitchen sink at us, trying to get us out of here so that we will not cry out to the Most High. So that means y'all need to be crying out louder. All right, this is Marty K. Love y'all, and I'm out of here.